be into the Orianna, which is a comfortable matchup early for Cassiopeia, but does get better over time for the Orange.
Yeah, I mean, this was one of the ones that was, kind of brought back Orianna out of the meta for so long, and Cassiopeia became oppressive. People figured out, okay, you know what, Orianna can actually hold up to that cast very early on, so we'll just get that little flip around and maybe surprise Samsung here.
And this is definitely the screw you crown. Be into the Orianna, which is a comfortable matchup early for Cassiopeia, but does get better over time for the Orange.
Yeah, I mean, this was one of the ones that was, kind of brought back Orianna out of the meta for so long, and Cassiopeia became oppressive. People figured out, okay, you know what, Orianna can actually hold up to that cast very early on, so we'll just get that little flip around and maybe surprise Samsung here.
And this is definitely the...
This harass, it'll be coming through.
Didn't really have too many options when he backed with about 400 gold. Okay, that's a ghost from Guy. He's supposed to all intent.
He knows that he doesn't have the heal or the flash, and he might just have the damage. More hits will do it. One more, can he get it? All the poison taken away. He will get the first blood. Flashes away from Bless. Brown just coming up with that solo kill.
And getting ahead may prove to be problems for BBQ.
Drink started up. They have unique vision. As you can tell, there's just 3 sources right in front of the pit, one of them being that control ward. Of course, JJ here is here to back up, and with the assistance of Crown, they should take this down very swiftly. Get that nice little bit of added sustain very early on.
And they profit the lane control they had in bot lane. They've been able
But he makes it out of there. He's got tunnels, as it turns out. Now pushing in, will find Bless, who goes in. On top of Crown, flashes away, gets knocked to the side by the explosive cast. Efficient. Maybe in a bit of a rough spot. Will get sunned up by the Alistar, and that Shockwave completely going to miss it. Now Crown, with the Petrifying Gaze, locks up onto Ghost. Glacial Fisher coming down as well. He is able to Valkyrie out to safety, but Totoro cannot say the same. BBQ lose so many summoner spells, and they still lose their support.
And that's the invaded, but can just be that little bit different when it's a bot lane call.
See, trying to get the jump on a Crown, but instead they just go ahead and send the Bless body slamming back to safety. Ocean Drake number 2 has spawn. Is already started up here by Samsung. See how much BBQ wants to fight over this one. Crazy does have that TP available, but seems like this is just going to be a non-commitment here. We'll just watch that one go down, and it's going to be a 3rd Ocean Drake.
Laner in a tough matchup, usually. Hold the thought for a second.
Oh, well, that's going to be the jump in. Rise comes through as QA will get knocked up into the air, looking for a bit of a trade back there on it. Ghost trying to lock him in underneath the turret, but, well, there's only so much you can do in a 1v3. He will go down. In the meantime, Crown getting this wave, pushing in towards that.
How many buffs have BBQ in a row watched be taken away? They contested for 1 blue and ended up taking deaths in that scenario. They've given away now 3 of the Ocean Drakes. They've given away a Rift Herald. Are they going to be surrendering a free Baron in the next 5 minutes? Possibility, you'd say. This is the sort of game where they tried to get tricky. They went with the last pick Orianna, flexed the Corki over to bot lane.
Yeah. So need perhaps a giant wombo engage with that Shockwave to come through from here for attempt.
But they haven't been able to pressure any summoners, so hitting that engage is going to be not that reliable.
Fisher walking in fairly blindly. Glacial Fisher will come down, and Crown is pinching in from the top side. That is going to be Bless falling first and foremost. The package to help get Ghost out of there with his life. As he just pokes around from the side, Flash will come through here for Totoro, keeping himself away from Cuvée, but already the 1 pick. The smite eliminated Samsung. How do they want to play this? They have that ward sitting in, the control ward sitting in the Baron pit, so just go ahead and start this one up. Ward comes over the wall from BBQ. They have vision of this. Samsung sticker, do they peel back?
Wave is down, but Flash is up on the side of Samsung. Wait for the turn.
It's going to be the Cataclysm coming through. Ruler goes low, but immediately you see that Crazy just has to go ahead and hightail out of there. The Baron will go down. Crown is pushing forward, looking for 10. Flash in from Ambition. Only gets a knock up in on the Crazy as he goes low. Flash into the Venom, and Ruler comes up with the kill, looking for a second. Crown is there with the Twin Fangs. Go ahead and scoop that one up for himself. 3 kills delayed coming through there from the side of Samsung, and they get the Baron.
And Roller's had enough time kiting. Got that turret really low earlier, I guess. I didn't notice the inhibitor turret damage, but base is broken on the first Baron buff.
Yeah, the first push, like BBQ just couldn't really work their way up there, so just now have to surrender it. The damage has been done. Now they're looking for this. Blitz throwing out.
Oh, JJ.
Yeah, has the Unbreakable up, so not going to be sending them anywhere. This will be sending Bless to the grave yet again. Gragas goes down in Hib line. Will now be shattered here by Samsung. 3:30 minutes, and they're not done yet. They're looking for more, so getting the maximum out of this Baron buff.
I mean, Core JJ has been on point with blocking Weaver's walls in this game, so on point with the explosive cast. Bless for the first time felt empowered to make something happen after watching a million objectives go down and just denied by the Unbreakable. 3 inhibitors go down. I mean, it's not going to be a perfect game, but it's about as clean as can be in spite of that.
Yep. So 3 inhibs down, all off the 1 Baron buff, looking for the finish. Fine Gaze comes through, gets a lot of damage in, but doesn't find any stuns. Glacial Fissure will get the pop-up here onto Totoro. It seems like he can make it back safely. Flag and drag through. Goes pop-up QB and Crown. As he goes dangerously low, just ghosting his way around the fight. Turning around this one, trying to keep himself alive. Ruler as well.
But the game won't end here. The health bar's really low on the carries for Samsung.
And almost overstepping their boundaries here. QB does make it back in onto Scarl, but taking too much damage. Samsung, they will basically shatter the base. They
up with a game like this that is so clean, and Crown, he's the one who was under the microscope at Rift Rival because he had a weak couple of weeks. The moment that he got a solo kill in mid, you kind of knew what was going to come after.
Yeah, it's been absolutely impressive thus far. QB going in, has the charge, and Tempt is under fire, takes so much damage. Throwing out that shockwave, but Bless is yet again going to be the first one that falls. Does get the wrap up here onto QB, but it's just not enough damage to even come close really to taking down that Kled. Totoro's going to fall, and that's just going to be the Nexus under fire. BBQ just strangled out of this game, and Tempt, he'll die right at the end as Crown puts another kill on the board. 9-1 at the end. Samsung absolutely destroy BBQ.
Surgical. Surgical is the way I would put it. Methodical, surgical, whatever you want to call it.
They dissected them.
They did. The warding especially, the amount of control wards they were able to push up. They decided they wanted to win the bot side, 4 control wards down. They went top side, 4 control wards down. Everything they did made sense, and we haven't necessarily seen that from some of our better teams.